Hey guys, I dug through my pots and eventually found two that were pretty close to the correct values. This should be 750K, I put in a 1 meg. This should be 25K, I put in a 20K. And the set is working correctly now, or at least the hole is working correctly now. So you can see we've got vertical roll. If I adjust the vertical hold control, there we go. Likewise, horizontal hold is obviously stable. Now, brightness control is incredibly touchy. If I just tweak it, it fades out. Don't know if that's a bad control or it's just because I have the wrong picture tube in place. So let's eliminate one possibility by putting the correct picture tube in there. In case you're wondering how I dealt with that dual control for the horizontal hold, what I did is I kept the original coarse control. The fine control I gutted out and just left the outer metal shell, and then the new fine control I soldered on to the remains of the old one. So it looks like there's three controls there, but really it's just two in the center. One is just an empty shell of a control. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done because the only one that I have access to is inside of this set. So I'm going to have to pop this set open to get it out, or wait until the owner of both these sets has a chance to stop by with the picture tube. I don't know when that might be, so I think I will just pop this open because he wants me to restore this one as well. Okay, let's see how quickly I can get this set open. I've got a copy of the SAMs here, and they have the disassembly instructions. 4 simple steps, and we can skip step 1 because all 4 of the control knobs are already broken off. So, remove 11 metal screws and the rear cover. It's a lot of screws. Let's see. Let's see more. Okay, that looks pretty clean in there so far. So the other chassis was a 15A26, I think. This is a 16Z25. I think what they did is every year they would increase or increment the letters and the numbers. So I think that set was from 58 and it was an A. This is 59 and a Z. No, sorry, got it backwards. This is a 57, which is a Z, and the other one's a 58, which is an A. So they must have gone through the alphabet A to Z, then started over again with A for the other set. At first blush, the only real differences I see are the selenium rectifiers. They have 2 mounted sticking out vertically from the chassis, whereas the other set they're rotated 90 degrees and they're both mounted side by side on the chassis. And this has an extra tube here. The other set just has 1 tube down in here. Alright, so I got the back off. Remove 4 metal screws holding the 2 chassis braces to the rear of the cabinet. Oh, okay, these 2 up here, these 2 down there. And then supposedly we can just pull this whole set out the front. So let's see if it's true. Pop these back in. so I can take a reference photo. I forgot to take one. I like to take lots of photos as I'm taking sets apart, so I know how to put them back together. Of course, I could just watch this video too. It just occurred to me. And we're going to put all these screws in a plastic container so I don't lose them. Alright, that should be it. All I can figure is that this whole front bezel will come off too. Otherwise, I don't see how you get the chassis out. Yeah, I think maybe there's some screws underneath. Yeah, it sure looks to me like you gotta take these two bolts off the bottom. Well, there's one Phillips screw here, which I assume is holding a speaker on. It's gotta come out. Yeah, that was it. I think. And seeing this all put together like this, it kind of makes me wish my friend had just given me the chassis like this. I don't know why he took the picture tubes out of them. Unless maybe those other models are constructed a little bit differently, but otherwise. So I know he wanted to keep the cabinets to paint them. I don't know why he just didn't give me all of this. It would have been so much easier to work on. The picture tube's still attached like this. Which is kind of a drag, because, I kind of don't want to take the picture tube out of this set. So it looks like I could probably recap it without having to mess with it. So, it's getting pretty late tonight anyway, so I think I'll just get a hold of him tomorrow and see if it's possible for him to bring down the picture tube that goes with the other chassis. In order to get this picture tube out, I'm going to undo this metal band around here, screws around it that hold it tight to the front. And of course I can take the iron trap magnet off. And this metal ring I noticed on the other set, I think that's they call it the width sleeve. Something I've never seen before. I don't quite know what to do with it. It's a metal ring around it with a wire coming off that goes. It's just clipped right onto the metal chassis. It might be for focus, but there is something they refer to as a width sleeve somewhere in here, but they don't tell you how to adjust it or where to position it or what it's for exactly. Sometimes I have to take all this stuff off and unmount it and pull the whole thing out of the front. It's kind of a drag. In the meantime, I can examine this a little bit more closely. Obvious signs of old repairs. Boy, is this dusty. And there is lots of lovely, lovely green cadmium oxide corrosion all over the tuner and inside the high voltage cage. And, well, that sure looks like a repair to me, and boy, is that one ugly half-assed job. So they left the original cap on here, and they just soldered a new one in parallel on the other side, right across the old cap. Yep. Ground, and then the two lugs are sewed directly together. Which means if the old one had ever shorted out, that the whole set might have just gone up in smoke. It was a horrible idea to just put a new cap across the old bad one. Always want to disconnect the old one from the circuit. It's kind of ugly too. This might... Yeah, I'm sure this is a replacement for the fusible resistor. That looks like just a regular low power resistor to me, which means the set had essentially no fuse in it. So, combination of a really half-assed capacitor replacement and they took out the fuse. Lovely. It's got a wrong picture tube. I believe they rebuilt the picture tube, so this is probably not the original. It's a rebuilt one. 14XP4A. The A either means it's aluminized or it's got a frosted gray glass front. Trying to look on the side here, tell if it's aluminized or not. Can't tell. If they're aluminized, you get some really nice shiny metal underneath the glass. Yeah. I don't know. Can't quite tell. I think it is, but I'm not positive. I hope it is. So aluminized picture tubes are much brighter. Then again, aluminized picture tubes don't normally need an ion trap magnet, so maybe it isn't. Huh, well, maybe this is the original picture tube. So it does have a sticker on it that says Zenith Radio Corporation. Who knows? I'm no Zenith expert by any means. Alright, so you know what I might start doing is while I wait to hear back from my friend about the other picture tube, I might just start recapping this set.